Hey, hello everybody, this is Purge. I'm bringing you guys a game from, this is the ProDota2 League, correct? And I'm here with Sheever.
Correct.
Thanks for joining me.
Hello.
This is actually my first Chinese game that I've ever casted for Dota 2. I'm really excited, live at least. Actually, yeah, first Chinese Dota 2 game, I believe. And I've heard a lot about DK and some of the other Chinese teams. Both of these teams, actually, Absolute Legends and DK, are both invited to the International. And they're playing on a Singapore server, I believe. So ping should be semi-equal, and I can check that really quick here. Let's see what we have. Pretty much 300 all around. Actually, kind of back and forth. It seemed pretty equal, though. Absolute Legends sitting about 200 on some players and 300 on others. So I guess the leg is going to be pretty extreme for both teams.
Yeah, that seems very high for Singapore and server with, I don't know, seems like they should both be closer. I don't know. Weird.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows how the internet goes between all the
Exactly.
planning? So could go a lot of ways. And they have fancy new logos today as well. We can point that out. Absolute Legends there, and their team name, and even their team logo. So I guess we don't really need Starboard. I turned that off. We'll probably set that up later, but we'll see if the teams start using that a little bit more regularly. That must have been just in the update as well, because I haven't seen that before now.
Yeah, since yesterday or
Okay.
Thursday evening, I think,
I
maybe.
did not read the changelog, so excuse me for being uninformed.
Shame on you.
So,
Shame.
picking so far, we've seen Invoker, Leshrac, Darkseer, Chen, and Enchantress. And DK has one more ban here before they go into the picking stage, but they're currently a little bit concerned about pushing heroes. Now, they may still ban out, I don't expect to see Enigma first ban, but if they're banning this many jungling pushing heroes, I expect to see Enigma be valued very highly.
Yeah, definitely. And I have to say, I don't think I'm gonna be able to predict all that many bans or picks because these teams normally have a very different playstyle than European teams. I mean, Lycan ban out is pretty standard. Glad they still banned that one out. They still then value it the same way as European teams do. But yeah, it's I don't know.
Yeah, so far they're all the same. There's nothing here that makes me confused. Nature's Prophet's going to be the first pick out of the Radiant team. And DK gets 2 picks now, so Windrunner is still in the pool. We could see something like what is a good example over here that is still really good. Tidehunter is a possibility. Windrunner, Tidehunter,
Enigma, like you said.
Enigma. Enigma is definitely a possibility. Or maybe they'll value some like really strong support here instead. But I really don't know. I can't. They're actually wow. So like I even anti-mage this early, just I wouldn't have guessed that. So apparently DK valuing those heroes really high, and actually there's very few teams that actually play Earthshaker, but they do have a Nature's Prophet. So if they get that Blink Dagger up, you're talking about extra Echo Slam damage. That might be what they're thinking when they drafted that hero.
Definitely. And we are gonna see a burning anti-mage. It's quite legendary.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Something like that.
He's pretty incredible farmer. I heard. I think is he the player that goes the one of each skill and then stats build on anti-mage? Was that
I
him?
believe he is.
Okay, yeah,
Yes.
It's a really cool build. Absolute Legends is going to draft Beastmaster to give them that roar, which will obviously help them kill anti-mage and burst situations, and Enigma finally. So they're going with push and disables.
Yeah, very strong push so far, and only the Earthshaker so far to well lay down a Fissure and block it early on, but DK has to get a lot more to stop these pushes from incoming because if they want to get the anti-mage to go big, and even though apparently burning doesn't take that much time to do that, but they're gonna have to stop the pushes incoming before anti-mage turns out to be fat. They're gonna need some anti-push for that.
Yeah, I
Some
think
more than they have.
Windrunner would be a good idea for that. They do have Earthshaker, who is pretty good at counter pushing, but they definitely need more. But the question is, who are they going to go with? Especially this pick right now is very important. Right before the second round banning, and then Absolute Legends can get rid of the counter pushers. They could do like a Pugna ban, or a Rasta ban, or a Windrunner ban if they don't get drafted here. So DK has a definitely very hard choice to make here. I also don't necessarily like the fact that they picked up Anti-Mage so early because Absolute Legends obviously can just really focus a lot on countering that hero now. Some teams, most European teams right now don't actually pick up Anti-Mage at least until like the third pick of the first round, or they wait until second round to draft the hero. He doesn't get banned as much right now just because of some teams getting better at playing against him, but DK waiting or taking him up right off the bat, and then their next support hero, which is going to be Eventual Spirit, they want to make sure that they have swap available for that Enigma.
Yeah, and they're still gonna have to worry about the counter pushing. And like you said, Absolute Legends now has the opportunity to ban out heroes that they don't want to face. But they also know there's an anti-mage. Let's try to end this as early as possible, and maybe even they want to pick up something like a Rasta still.
I think it's possible. Rasta, Pugna, some kind of like a strong solo mid hero that'll give them better push. Both of those heroes are very good at pushing. Pugna is a little bit harder to use just because he has no solid disables, but that doesn't mean he's a bad hero by any means. So, second round bans is what we're waiting on. Absolute Legends going first, and I think a Windrunner may be a smart, unless they actually have first pick out of the banning round, so this could be really advantageous to Absolute Legends. They could say, you know what, we're not even going to let them get the Windrunner. We'll take the Windrunner. They could just not ban the hero. They'll ban a Queen of Pain, which would give them good AoE, which also transitions to good counter push. And they have one more to go, so they might just let Windrunner try to sneak through. DK has to decide whether or not they want to let Absolute Legends have a chance at taking Windrunner, or go for something instead. They might still grab like a Sand King, or there's a lot of really good heroes that they could go over. Even like a Shadow Demon would work out nicely.
Yeah, and Absolute Legends has so many options already lane-wise. I mean, in theory, these three heroes could both cover one lane, and then you can have just, you know, two random that you can really only pick because of the teamfight and the synergy with the other heroes. While DK at the moment has got basically a tri-lane, so does need at least, well, does need two solo heroes still.
Yeah, that's totally true. And that really does let Absolute Legends target those bans now. They can just ban two solo heroes, and DK has to adjust to that, or they might have to take the non-favorable solos. That's one nice thing about splitting up your picks a little bit. Making sure that there's always a possibility for either a solo or support means that maybe you'll get Absolute Legends to ban out a support in the second round that you maybe weren't interested in taking.
Yeah, and DK doesn't want to face a Brute. It would be one more extra pushing hero, and they don't want to pick him up themselves either because they want heroes that can be active early game to keep Absolute Legends busy so that they don't bother the anti-mage. And Brute is one of those heroes that needs his space and wants to be left alone as well, so...
Yeah. I'm sure they would like it because Spiderlings there would be great for Echo Slam, but Brute is always solo pushing anyways, so if Absolute Legends was able to pick up that Brood, they would have so much pushing power. Not to mention, Brood would most likely grab an Orchid, and Orchid is excellent against Anti-Mage to prevent him from blinking away. Until he gets Manta Style, then it's easier for him to get out. But I would actually like to see maybe Absolute Legends pick up something like a Night Stalker. I think that would be very, very useful in this matchup, especially when you have a lot of pushing. Having a diving hero can be very effective, not only because of Anti-Mage being able to silence him, but also because of Earthshaker. If Earthshaker gets silenced, he is just easy, easy food. He can walk away, he's a melee hero, and he doesn't have that much HP. So I would really like to see that pick out of Absolute Legends. But we'll see if it gets through.
Yeah, it would fit in great in the lineup, and then that would give them the space to have Enigma in the jungle also, and then have dual lane with Night Stalker or something. And of course, he's been seen as the counter for early game anti-mage.
Which hero were you talking about? Sorry.
Night Stalker still.
Night Stalker, yeah, for sure. He definitely is really strong against anti-mage in the early game. Huge movement speed, even if he blinks away, it's easy to catch up. So, yeah, Pandit was banned by Absolute Legends. A little bit worried about that team fight defense, because that way DK would feel a little bit more confident to have early engagements against the Radiant team, because Pandit could just ulti and split off and not have to worry about getting killed for a couple seconds. So I think that was a very smart ban. Venomancer gets banned by DK, so now Absolute Legends gets the choice. Do they want the Windrunner? Do they want a Night Stalker? Or maybe another teamfight hero? Something like a Sand King is a possibility. But they've got a lot of time on the clock. It's definitely, this is probably one of the most important picks of the entire draft, in my opinion.
Yeah. I'm just seeing someone in the chat say that DK is gonna go for Night Stalker. That actually would fit in great with their lineup too.
Yeah, it would. Especially if he does really, really well the first nighttime,
yeah.
It could mean all the difference. DK could get some decent gold advantage. At least they would have to worry about Night Stalker ganking. I mean, you have Nature's Prophet, who's fairly squishy. You have to worry about Enigma if he gets silenced. But on the bright side, they do have a Beastmaster who's fairly good against Night Stalker. Applying slows, applying roar when he's under towers, stuff like that can be very strong. But they pick up a Windrunner, so that's going to be their safe or their hard lane solo most likely. It could be their mid, but I'd be a little surprised. I think that we'll see a Windrunner over a Beastmaster, though. I think for the long lane solo or the hard lane solo.
Yeah, it will of course also depend on the next two lanes that DK is going to pick out, and so they know, well, so Absolute Legends can predict from which lane is going to be the tri lane. And Pugna, that you said might get banned, actually gets picked up, so some counter push for DK.
Yeah, he's good at pushing, and he's good at counter pushing. He can drop down the Nether Ward. The Nether Ward does reflect damage if you cast spells, and of course, Pugna's Blast just murders. It's I think 4.5-second cooldown for his nuke, or is it 5.5, something like that.
5.5.
Very, very low cooldown AoE damage. He has huge damage output there. Even Decrepify comboing with other things can be very effective. It's a little counterproductive because they have an anti-mage. Having an anti-mage up, I mean, unless they decrep before he ulties, then it'd be good, but obviously if you have a physical damage carry, you're going to have to be careful what you decrep. You might decrep somebody that he's trying to focus, and that can be problematic, but we'll see it. They probably won't make that mistake.
Definitely. I don't think they're not gonna. Well, I don't think they're gonna make that mistake. I'm expecting DK to be very. How do you say that?
I don't know. What are you trying to say?
Concentrated. Yeah. Like they're not gonna make any mistakes. No. Not with Pugna.
Yeah, probably
not that kind of stuff.
Yeah, just a little communication. It might happen, but
yeah.
You never know. Communication errors can sometimes occur. So Absolute Legends on their last pick, 8 seconds left before they have to decide, and now since they're up against a Pugna, might be a little trouble. But on the bright side, they do have a lot of summons, so they can use summons to kill. 2 seconds left. Are they going to pick? It's going to be a Lich. Lich is going to be their last hero, going for another AoE teamfight hero. Great hero to have up against an anti-mage. Frost armor, sacrifice, and you can get lucky with Chain Frost on enemies. And look at them, they don't actually have any summons yet. So if they can clear the creep wave and they have Chain Frost to come through after that, I mean, it's going to be scary for DK, especially if they're caught in a bad position. So Absolute Legends is pretty much going all out for push strategy, but they still have some time, and by time I mean they're going to have Frost Armor, and Frost Armor means that Anti-Mage's carry potential is just going to be slightly delayed, assuming he doesn't get a crap load of kills in the early game.
Yeah, and Absolute Legends, I mean, they do need to finish it before like the 40-30 minute mark, because otherwise it will take too long. They don't have the carry potential so far to deal with DK, but from the looks of it, they're looking pretty strong. I really like their lineup. I think they're going to be able to at least push a fair few towers and maybe get their gold advantage up with that and stop Burning from farming on his anti-mage.
Oh my god, are they going to random? That was really close. Wow. That was super close. They almost random there. Okay, so they pick up Puck. This is most likely going to be their hard lane solo. I don't know how well that's going to work for Puck. He might be up against a Beastmaster. We'll see. Maybe they're going to do a dual lane, like a Windrunner Lich Top. That would be really good against Anti-Mage, actually. I would love to see that. But with Puck picked up, that's going to be DK's another teamfight hero. He does have some decent counter push with the Orb, but most importantly, if DK can turtle this appropriately, they have a Pugna up and now a Puck. If they can have perfect teamfights, I definitely think they're going to be doing well. But I think the absolute key hero in this game is going to be Pugna. If Pugna can do really well mid, possibly even threaten some tower, or make sure that he doesn't get ganked too many times early, I think DK is going to be good in a good spot. And keep in mind, guys, Absolute Legends doesn't have that great of ganking heroes at all. They have a Beastmaster who can't do anything before 6, really. They have a Windrunner who is an unreliable ganker. Enigma can make stuff happen, and so can Nature's Prophet with the TP, but Lich is more likely than not just going to sit in his lane most of the game. So I think it might be a little bit of trouble for them trying to shut down a Pugna. So we're going to see a remake.
Yep. I actually think the Puck was picked up mostly because he was about the only one they had left for their side solo lane.
Yeah, there weren't a lot of options. I think it was a decent choice though to go with the Puck. So.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. He is he is a good hero for a reason, and he will be able to at least stay alive. I mean, he's one of those great escape heroes. Mm-hmm. And that's the main point. Stay alive and defend the tower, and that's something he's really good at, and he can counter push with his orb, and that will be will be good.
Yeah, especially against heroes like Beastmaster. If he's up against like a Beastmaster, who cares? You know, they can dodge axes pretty easily. He might take a little bit of pig harass and a little bit of right click, but he'll be fine before he hits 6, assuming there isn't like a very early Enigma gank or something like that. So, all right. Update that. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We appreciate it, by the way. We are ready to go. I don't know if all the obs came, but I would feel bad if they missed out. That would suck, but...
I think we're almost the same. Only Slash that isn't here, that was here before.
That's true, and I think he was just obsing. I don't believe he was casting. He said he was procrastinating, which sounds a whole lot like he was just waiting to watch some awesome games, not doing anything.
Exactly.
Come on, get to watch an awesome game. I haven't seen Burning play before, so pretty pumped.
I had a random Wednesday night when I managed to catch DK versus Complexity,
Yeah.
scrimming 3 games in a row.
They scrimmed games? Wow.
Yeah,
What server did they play on? Like
we
US?
believe it was US East.
No
West,
way.
US West.
Yeah, I was gonna
US
say, I
West.
was like,
Yeah,
Complexity
yeah,
is US. They're
yeah. No, US
Chinese,
West.
so like that would be not favorable. That would not be fair.
No.
It's
But
like,
it felt like they had an agreement that they would not pick up any carry heroes. It's a
really?
bit weird. Yeah,
Huh.
they didn't no anti-mages, no faceless voids or whatever, stuff like that. No morphling.
Must have been really fun
No.
games. Was it a lot of pushing or just
A lot of pushing, a lot of ganking too.
okay?
But it was a bit odd. Complexity actually won all 3.
Really?
But that's mostly because it's of course tactics that DK is. I mean, their tactic is lab burning carry stuff.
Okay. I see.
And this is, by the way, this is also a bug in the picking screen. We will only be going into the game after the picks have already been done. We won't see them pop up in the screen.
Okay. Bugs aflow, but who cares,
Yep.
man? We can drop loot now. That's all that's important, right? Now that
That's
we
true.
can drop loot, and it was a huge patch, guys. And there's gonna be bugs, and just be patient with them because I'm sure they're working hard to fix everything. So, despite these being in the game, it's still a beta. They're making this game amazing. I seriously would have bought this game like 4 months ago, totally. Like four months ago, I thought it was ready, pretty much. They're adding so much cool stuff in. It's gonna make it a really, really awesome experience for a long time.
Definitely.
Oh, Puck got picked. Cool. Okay. Yeah, that's because they need to customize your heroes. Oh, there it is. On my first experience of live casting something fancy. Look at this. Bleak playing with a fancy Nature's Prophet. So, his staff is huge. Does DK have anything? Let's see. Do they
No,
have
they
the right
don't have
heroes?
any heroes.
Yeah, none
No,
of
they
those
don't.
heroes have cosmetic stuff out, do they?
Nope.
Do you think Bleak bought this costume or somebody hooked him up? Is the real question.
Well, I watched a part of Sing Sing's stream yesterday.
Yeah.
He got everything for free. As in, his viewers were like, "Play this one. Here's the outfit for it.
Wow.
Play this one. Here's the outfit for it."
That's pretty
So,
cool.
Yeah. I don't know if League had the same thing, but
Yeah,
the
who
people
knows?
giving out sets. Anyway.
Okay, so let's go over the players quick. For Absolute Legends, we have Godot playing Enigma, Snoopy playing Lich, we're going to have Musica on the Windrunner, Bleak is playing Nature's Prophet, and finally the last players, Black Shaitan playing the Beastmaster on the bot lane.
Yeah, for DK we have Burning on his Antimage, surprise. We have Long D on the Earthshaker, Super is going to be playing the Pugna. We have Zippo on the Vengeful Spirit, and last is Rodk on the Puck, moving towards the top lane, probably.
So they actually transferred a lot of regen to Burning here. He's got a Permanent Shield and an Ironwood Branch, that's about 600 gold. And they transferred him a Salve as well as 1 Tango. So I'm not quite sure who purchased those. Looks like maybe Vengeful Spirit. They did also buy a Courier. Yeah, it was actually Earthshaker spent a lot of money on regen for his allies. So Godot as well as Snoopy are going to come forward. They're going to actually spot out Puck and put some hits into him here. He does have an orb up, but not a big loss there. I think he's going to the top lane probably, since he does have so much regen. He's actually not soloing the hard lane. Oh, they're going to do an offensive tri-lane. With a Pugna, actually. Weird. Anti-Mage is actually solo mid right now. He's going to be up against Nature's Prophet, I guess. And that's very, very weird lane. It's very interesting on a DK here.
Yeah, I don't think Absolute Legends was expecting that, but they do have the Lich in the middle now too, so he will be able to deny that farm to Burning. But he will get his levels up faster, which is also always nice. Ooh.
And oh, I see. And this is what they want to do here. Now they're going to have Vengeful Spirit as well as Earthshaker into the jungle. We might see a block off from the Earthshaker. Is he going to fissure it? No, he's not going to be able to. So he just does the damage here. No Vengeful Spirit stun follow-up, but this is exactly what they want to do. They want to shut down this Eidolon farm from Enigma. If they can stop Enigma from farming, then they'll have a slight advantage, or at least it'll take away the advantage that Absolute Legends would have gotten from it.
Yeah, and if they are able to do that too, they will create a bite for Burning, as an Antimage would be able to kill off the Enigma almost every time if he runs into him, if Enigma indeed gets shut down hard.
And their positioning is so good. I love this. As they are going to be possibly coming mid here, trying to pick off Bleak. Can they fissure block it? If fissure comes through, it does block him off. Bleak's in a lot of trouble now. He does have a TP up, but Zippo's coming around taking a ton of tower hits, actually. Lich might get this kill. Just needs a little bit of XP. Bleak's going to TP out, though. Ends up surviving. Zippo gets out as well. Just 1 Tango as he slowly heals back up. But a nice defense there and good save by Absolute Legends. That was a bad situation to be in.
Yeah, and that TP was just in time.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Well, he did not even wait to regen up all the way. Should have waited an extra second, but TP's back. Definitely a good save there. That was so scary. As Earthshaker's going to come by again, looking to fissure. And obviously Absolute Legends does have vision of this. Snoopy finally picking up a Frost Nova, which is going to help. But Burning's last hit's currently 6-2. Not amazing. That's only 2 minutes, though. That's not bad at all. But Bleak here, 4-2 currently. So things are going okay. He hasn't had to use any regen quite yet. And he's got one of each skill. So we'll see if he picks up stats after this.
Yeah, it looks like Super is now indeed solo laning for Shatan with the rest just... well, probably gonna try to, well, be the gank team. Get some kills, shut down Absolute Legends.
Yeah, and that's the advantage that DK does have with their lineup, is that they have Avenge and an Earthshaker who are great roaming heroes. They're going to continuously look for Godot here, who still does not have a Soul Ring. He definitely lost a little bit of early jungling viability because his first Eidolons got denied. Oh, Eidolons are going to scout him out. Perfect time to micro that back. But he's actually got 6. They could right-click on this Earthshaker and do a little bit of damage here, and they are going to right-click, but he might feed a couple of them for some gold here. And Earthshaker's going to be happy to pick those up, that's for sure. Wow, they're getting a lot of gold from these.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, free gold. And of course, no mana on Godot at the moment to convert some other creeps.
That's gonna, and that was money he needed. He was about 150 away from his Soul Ring, and then he would have been absolutely self-reliant. So definitely is not cool for him that that did get denied. He's almost, yeah, he's gonna buy a Clarity Potion here, and once he brings that back, he will be able to spawn some Eidolons. But they're doing some good harass. Nice, Windrunner gets first blood against the Puck on the top lane. So Windrunner hitting level 3 there, or level 5, sorry. Boots as well as the Basilius are up.
Yeah, Windrunner was doing pretty good in the top lane, or at least they were pretty even, should I say. 13 for 4 on the Windrunner, and Puck had 10 for 2 before he died, or she? I don't know. It died.
Yep, before it died. 10-2 versus what was it? Yeah, 7. I'm sorry, 14-6. Yeah, very, very good. As we might see a dive here. The Boar is going to scout them out a little bit here, doing a little bit of damage to the Earthshaker. And Black Shaitan knows he's in trouble. Is he going to axe through? Might trade some hits here, as he does clear a lot of axes. But there's going to be a TP support from Bleak, as he does sprout Earthshaker, not taking tower damage quite yet. But in a second, no, goes onto the range creep instead, and it looks like he is going to be able to get out of there. As we've seen our decrep on Shaitan, stun's going to be up in a second. There's the stun landing. Another blast, an easy kill on the Rexar, as Nature's Prophet really trying to get a kill here, but nobody is on the way. Another Tango is eaten by Vengeful Spirit, healing up, and Bleak is now in trouble. There's the fissure, and a big mistake from Bleak. Tries to kill the Vengeful Spirit, but way overestimating his kill potential, and they kill 2 heroes on the bot lane.
Yeah, great start for DK even after losing the Puck. I mean, they lost the first blood, but got 2 kills instantly again. Shutting down Beastmaster's farm, even though he had been having a very tough time. He's only got 7 last hits for 1, as Super has been denying 12 so far and has 20 last hits for himself. So Super definitely owning the bottom lane right now.
Yeah, Pugna has huge base damage, guys. It's not easy to outlast hit a Pugna, and to make it worse, of course. If Beastmaster ever came up for last hits, he could just cast another blast and do damage to Beastmaster so easily. And since Enigma has been slightly shut down in the jungle here, he's had a lot of trouble. He hasn't been able to come gank this Pugna earlier. He should have been able to gank earlier than this, but since the Venge as well as Earthshaker were giving him trouble, just lowers his chances. We see Puck actually trading with Windrunner down to like 4 HP there on the top lane.
Yeah, they're just trading kills. You take my life, I take yours.
Decrep blast on Shaitan as he's going to throw axes again. Godot's coming through this time. Lich also showing up as we see the Frost Nova on the Earthshaker. Couple right clicks. Easy kill for him. Black Shaitan popping his bottle up. He is going to survive with about 80 HP. And now Sprout on Zippo. And Bleak spawning some treants. Trying to get the block off, but not going to be able to. He has a Soul Ring in 3 seconds. He will be able to Malefice again. But Venge is really fast. She's got boots already. And Snoopy as well does do the Frost Nova. This could be her death. There's a Soul Ring. It's going to be close though. And spawns Eidolons. Doesn't get the last hit. 17 HP up on Venge. She ends up barely surviving with those fast boots.
Yeah, important kill also for the Enigma on that Earthshaker earlier. I mean, he's now level 4, because he was still stuck on level 3 for quite a long time. I believe he is the lowest hero. Oh no, Lich and Enigma, Lich and Nature's Prophet are also level 4. It's because they have to share the experience in the middle lane. It's just very painful.
And Puck thinking about jumping in on the mid lane as Burning continues to get last hits. He's got currently 2 levels of stats. Bot tower taking a bunch of damage. Clarity Potion on Pugna now. Arcanes as well, as Godot's coming in to try to slow us down. He's going to spawn Eidolons probably in a second here. He has already used his Soul Ring, and there he does. Okay, spawn some Eidolons, going to hold off that push. Puck trading hits with Muska though, and actually the Puck might be in some trouble here. He is going to Reality Rift looking for the Shackle, but no, he's going to phase shift. Muska's going to be absolutely fine here.
Yeah, it's the Puck that should be worried right now, even though he still has a lot of mana, so he'll be able to orb out if he wants to. Orb out phase shift.
Power Shot's going to miss on him, and they are still defending the bot lane, so let's look at the gold graph. It's a slight DK advantage here. Keep in mind that they did have 2 heroes roaming this whole time, so that's 1 less hero being around for farm. But they're going to push forward. Nature Prophet TP's in. There's the Malefice on top of Venge and the Axe as well. Easy kill on that. That was 4 of Absolute Legends showing up. Lich being very patient for that one. And they get the easy kill on Venge. Venge finally dying. That was her first death, actually, despite doing so much early.
Yeah, she is level 3, actually. That's quite painful. And Earthshaker also.
Yeah, they're getting decent EXP, despite them roaming so much. As Nature's Prophet goes back mid, maxing out that TP first, but burning up to 29 last hits now. So let's check out his GPM at the moment. He is currently at 245 GPM, so doing decently for his team. Muska is doing better, 334 on the top lane, and really not a whole lot of farming on all the lanes. I mean, all these numbers are a little bit lower than they should be, or than they can be, when you have very, very typical lanes where everybody spends a lot of time in their lane last hitting. But there's been so much roaming coming out of both teams and a lot of aggression that it doesn't allow you to get as much farm as normal.
We're gonna see Enigma put a Malefice on the Earthshake, who is gonna back up, but there's TP in from Furion, lands down a Fisher, but it's not gonna be enough. He is gonna go down. Last hit goes to wow, it doesn't pop up for me.
Lich got the last hit for some reason.
Oh, don't have to.
You didn't see that one?
I don't have to text. What happened to my text?
No text.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're supposed to cast anymore. It's all over.
Yeah, I know.
And Sacrifice is so nasty. Just imagine how many more last hits Anti-Mage would have if it wasn't for Sacrifice. It'd be at least 10 more or something like that. That's like 500 gold. As Muska gets killed on the top lane, gank coming from the Vengeful Spirit, and Puck even uses ulti on that one, so Windrunner trades with the Puck again pretty much, or at least that's actually 2 kills for Puck now. Despite dying first, he ends up coming back and getting 2 kills. Nice play from him. That's tough to do that. When you get killed first, you're always playing at a disadvantage at that point, and might see Pug in a lot of trouble. There's actually 6 Eidolons. They're about to time off though. And here comes the Malefice. Oh, a couple right clicks coming in on Super. Malefice now landing, and that is the problem with early Pugna with Arcane Boots. He is not tanky at all, and he is going to drop. Actually, Decreps at the last second. He could survive here. Black Shaitan actually might go down here. There's a soaring. Black Hole gets casted. That's going to save him. And Bleak TP's in. The right click's coming on Pugna. Nature's Prophet's going to ulti this one, as we will see Pugna probably die in a second. There comes through finally. Long D looking for the next fissure, but the Sprout, and that's going to be a nice double kill for Absolute Legends. Great play there. Almost coming back from that awesome decrep on Pugna. Man, that was a good play, but not enough.
I really thought he was gonna survive.
Yeah.
But that Black Hole screwed it all up. And good use of Black Hole too, I mean...
totally.
Yeah. Not hesitating one moment, thinking, oh my, he might stay alive. Black Hole.
Yeah, he was like, alright, I need to stop this right now. What are my options? Black Hole, soaring, let's get this over with. And almost dying. Man, Shaitan was so close. He like stood there for a second, he's like, okay, this will be okay. Decrep's gonna run out, we'll hit him once, and he was like, okay, he just healed like 150 HP, I can't one-shot him, I can't just tap him and kill him anymore. So, it was pretty funny, but great plays all around. Alright, so Snoopy level 6 now on the mid lane, still trying to slow down Burning a little bit. He's got a Claymore up, so he is rushing that Battle Fury. This is a build that he goes for because he can get a lot of stats, so HP, damage, mana pool, just by grabbing the stat levels, and that way it's a little safer for him to get that fast, really, really fast Battle Fury.
Yeah, in the time that Snoopy wasn't there on the lane, by the way, when he got the kill on Earthshaker, Bernie went up last hit by like 15 in the time that he was alone there farming. So the danger of leaving Antimage there. He's been there like the whole time, not leaving his lane. He's not been killed. He's not been ganked, not successfully anyway. This is it's a ticking time bomb.
Yeah, those last hits are pretty amazing. He's up to 44 last hits. Pugna is beating him with 60 actually. Pugna destroying bot lane. Closest on Absolute Legends is actually 46. So I really love the phase boots on the Nature's Prophet, by the way, guys. Keep in mind, first of all, movement speed is really important when you're running away from Anti-Mage, but also, he's got a Poor Man's Shield, so it's automatically 20 damage is blocked. So if you increase your base damage a lot, not worrying as much about attack speed, this lessens the effect of a Poor Man's Shield in comparison to something like if you would be able to get treads. So, it's pretty cool.
We have a smoke going towards Puck on the bottom lane.
He looks in to be a lot of trouble. There's going to be a roar. Eidolon's actually be right-clicking here, and that's going to be it for him. No chance of him surviving. Even a Nature's Prophet ulti, guaranteeing that last hit. So what they did differently this time, they actually had Eidolons for physical damage. That's why they were able to burst him down with those same nukes. Ooh, Bleak gets Fissure on mid lane, stunned as well. Here comes a Chain Frost. Good Chain Frost at least. Birdie might actually go down to this. No, a couple more right-clicks from Lich. It looks like he will be able to blink out about 5 seconds. He makes it 50 HP, and a great ulti as well to kill the Nature's Prophet before he did enough damage.
And nice gank attempt, but by now Anti-Mage really needs more heroes to be deployed for gank than 2.
Yeah, it's getting a little scary, for sure.
Yeah.
It was a great chain frost by Snoopy, but just was not enough there.
Nope.
Musica on the high ground, or in the top lane, sorry, level 9, so Puck with a slight level advantage. What about the gold advantage, though? Who's got better last hitting? 284 GPM for Windrunner, and Puck is at 283, so they are dead even, actually. Pretty cool stuff. And,
I mean, from the gold difference isn't that big either. I mean, almost 1k with 2k kills difference, even though it's in favor of DK and the kill difference is in favor of Absolute Legends. So I guess that's all the farming from the Pugna and the Anti-Mage there that keeps the gold graph in their court.
It looks like Nature's Prophet is going for an Orchid this game, picking up the Quarterstaff as well as the Robe of the Magi. This gives him 16 damage already. He's already hitting quite hard, and this will be able to give him a global silence. And that's not only good against Anti-Mage, that's excellent against Puck. It's pretty good against Pugna as well. So, going to be a very, very great item choice. I really like this. It's a lot cheaper than Sheepstick, but it's pretty much, in this situation, does similar, very, very similar things. If Anti-Mage can't blink and Puck can't orb or phase shift, they might as well be hexed.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yep.
Oh, Puck gets shackle shotted, gets killed right away. Shaitan is going to roar on top of the Pugna. Might see some follow-up here, but not going to get the sprout off. Instead, they're going to grab Vengeful Spirit. So, good swap for Venge, trading himself for the Pugna.
Definitely a good sacrifice for the greater good.
Yep.
They are gonna probably lose this tier 1 tower though, as it's 5 of Absolute Legends on this top lane right now.
Yeah, that was a great way to start that off. Musica got the Shackle off. They all TP'd in during that duration, and that puts Windrunner up to level 10. So Max Shackle is ready to go, guys. So even if Anti-Mage decides to fight early, he's got to be so careful, especially with the stats built. His HP is pretty good, but he doesn't have boots up. So, they're actually going to catch Pugna. Here's the decrep. Shackle's going to mini-stun him as he does one blast, but the attacks come through. Power Shot as well lands, and even Puck getting hit a little bit here. Godot looking for the black hole. He almost did. He casted the Soul Ring, but he actually did not have enough mana. So he actually loses a little bit of HP for nothing there.
Yeah, and we see Burning has rotated down to the bottom lane just out of fear that that major group of Absolute Legends heroes would come to the middle to gank him. He's now on the bottom lane and farming there because that's a lot safer right now.
Yeah, totally. And Ford to go away till he gets his Battle Fury as well. So it is going to be a lot safer down here being on the bot lane. And, you know, once you're on the mid lane, you have to worry about vision stuff. I mean, if we look at DK's vision right now, they could see pretty well. I like this is a perfect ward to basically cover whoever is farming in the mid lane. And same thing from the bot ward. They had mid covered very, very well. But since there's so much room to farm here and he's about to finish his Battle Fury, he might as well farm somewhere right next to a jungle. That's also very beneficial. He can take a creep wave, hop into the jungle, go back and forth. And that's the best way to really maximize his farm. A little bit of a fissure on Muska. Actually almost eats a blast there. Slight mistake from Pugna. Could have thrown some free damage down. But if he becomes bottom, it's going to be Nature's Prophet, actually. So he's got one Oblivion Staff finished. He's got another Quarter Staff up. And he's going to continue trying to finish that Orchid up as fast as possible.
Yeah, we see Burning making sure that his blink is off cooldown. Just in case someone does go for him. He actually walked all the way to the creep cap without using his blink.
Yeah, and his broadsword is on the way. So, as well as somebody making a buckler. I don't know, it's probably not going to be him. He actually is going to get found. Botchadon ends up roaring here. Might have a black hole. So here comes the Malefice. Here comes the black hole. A Nature's Prophet ulti. He does not blink out in time. I'm surprised he didn't black hole that. I thought he was just going to get away. I thought he was like, alright, I need to black hole this. Get him killed. But they saved it. That was huge.
Yeah. But even if he did his black hole, it was definitely worth it. Get a kill on that Anti-Mage. First kill that he had.
I think that would have been totally good.
Not having to use it is of course way better.
Yeah, totally. I think he was expecting the Malefice to take in well, but maybe it would have ticked and I would have been wrong. Who knows? But they're going to push towards the bot tower now. Now they have a pretty good gold advantage. EXP is actually quite in their favor since they have 6 more kills than DK does. And Nature's Prophet doing what he does best, which is spawn up tanks, and the Greater Hawk is going to get some vision on the enemy team here. They actually aren't going to scout us. We do see one blast lowering the HP a little bit, another ward goes down, but the right click is pretty serious out of these guys. We do see one fissure at least. Are they going to counter it? No, Enigma gets the last hit, and wow, Pugna just got so much gold from those creeps.
Yeah. Even though the tower still went down, of course, but, well, 2 towers in favors now of Absolute Legends, who actually also take the gold graph around with killing a lot more than they did earlier, and DK getting caught out. But then again, the only thing they have to do is keep the pushings, well, as far off as they can. And only 2 towers at 16 minutes versus this lineup is not a bad accomplishment.
Yeah, they're not doing too bad. They're actually going to try to do a little bit of a trade here as DK pushes 4 mid, Anti-Mage is on the top lane while Absolute Legends is trying to take a tier 2, and they probably have more damage output for sure. Yeah, they've got a Pugna at least, but the right-click damage is not too serious as we see a mech pop in response to the Nature's Prophet ulti. But they do take out the tier 2, and if they can defend the tier 1 right now, this could put Absolute Legends in a really big advantage.
Yeah, they need to take this tower in return, basically, but the TPs are there.
Oh, here comes the swap on Muska. He gets Decrep, blasts as well. Here's the Chain Frost as well. Oh, he got killed so fast. We're looking for a Roar from Shaitan. Not quite yet. Does Axis first as we see a blink forward from Godot. Roar goes down on Puck, and is he going to black hole it? Still nothing yet as we see a silence on Earthshaker. A couple more right clicks. There's the black hole. Just catches Venge actually. Puck running into it, and the rest of the team might be in some trouble now. But no mana up for Lich, so he can't get any slows off. And Bleak actually in a bad spot now. We'll see if there's an ulti. Checked his mana. He's got no mana missing, and he ends up getting picked off by the nice life drain.
Yeah, and this will mean a tower for DK, definitely. And also taking those kills back, very important. And Anti-Mage actually not getting a kill of that, but did get an assist, so that's at least something. They're gonna have to TP to their, there they go, to their bottom tower, because the wave is getting pushed in, and it's gonna be burning to get some extra farm going. As Puck picks up a Blink Dagger.
That's going to be a huge item to have. He'll be able to blink Silence on Enigma or their core heroes, but I think Absolute Legends definitely made some teamfight errors in that last fight. I think they could have either just simply not lost a bunch of heroes or actually swung it a little bit better. Godot made a slight mistake. He blinked farther, or he thought he was a lot closer than he was. So when he blinked in, he actually wasn't in black hole range. He thought he was, he hesitated and backed off. Because at that point he wasn't close enough. So if they would have made that team fight a little bit better there, if they would have just gotten 3 kills there, or even an extra kill without losing anybody, it would have made a big difference. But look at the EXP graph. Look how much advantage they lost by losing those 3 heroes. It was huge. That's a pretty significant mistake.
Yeah, and the experience difference at less than 2k at almost 20 minutes time is basically no difference at all.
Yeah, that really righted a lot of problems for DK's life. As he blinks in, picks off the Eidolons, grabbing himself a free, like, 400 gold there, 200 gold. And Muska now pushing top lane. So he still doesn't have a mech up either. That was another mistake that they did make. They let Windrunner get swapped and killed. He was out of position, so... and DK very, very well positioned on the mid lane, but look where Absolute Legends is at. And DK has no idea. They have no wards up at all right now. Just covering the bot rune a little bit. They're a little bit late on dropping those wards. Oh, they smoked right out of the Hawk, too. Wow.
Ouch. It's, well, Absolute Legends doing what their tactic is, their lineup is made for, pushing down the top tower and everybody there to try to take a teamfight if they can.
Huge shackle, blast comes through, and Muska as we're looking for some nukes from Godot here. He's going to put it on the Pugna at least. A couple more right clicks, wards down though, and Godot ends up getting picked off. Absolute Legends is not doing so hot in this teamfight as the Chain Frost finally comes out, picks off the Vengeful Spirit, and puts Anti-Mage in a low HP situation, but he blinks away. And it's currently a 2-for-2 trade, and now the Puck wants to get a kill up on Lich and will pick off the kill. Great plays by Puck, now pursuing Super in some trouble. He does the decrep, looking for the blast as well. Might be able to life drain, but the slow is being applied and the range creeps pick off the kill. Bleak is going to die to the Puck, though. Puck playing so well here. Triple kill for him, and all of Absolute Legends drops.
Yeah, and Burning got 2k in that mess too. That would make him, well... He is at 2k gold again already, and he has his Battle Fury completed. Well, he did have that earlier, of course, but 2k gold up for him. Not bad.
Yeah, Absolute Legends probably really needed to win that team fight. Not only did they see them smoke, Lich was in position, but the problem was Chain Frost wasn't ready and Enigma's Black Hole wasn't ready. If they had Black Hole in that fight, they could have just 5-0'd it, for sure. They were super grouped up, they knew that they were coming. As soon as they got vision from them, they should have jumped on them, but they didn't have the ultis, or they didn't have a really good team fight. They had a good Shackle latch up, but it was on the 2 support heroes. It wasn't on like an important hero like Puck or Pugna. If they would have killed either of those 2 heroes at the start of the team fight, they could have rocked that team fight, I think. But unfortunately for them, they just didn't have the ultis up.
Yeah, Absolute Legends rotating to the middle lane in the meantime, where only, well, the last tier 1 and tier 2 towers are standing there, so that's what they're gonna have to aim for. And one gets denied in advance, so only 1 tower left on DK side. And even with 1 tower left, they still don't have the gold difference that they need to get ahead in this game versus an Anti-Mage.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough for them if they can't end up taking a rack semi soon. And most of this is literally just because of that EXP graph, how important it is, just because they lost those 2 little team fights that they shouldn't have. Losing those 3 heroes mid and then losing that team fight in the jungle puts them in a pretty equal situation against an anti-mage, which is never a situation that you want to be in. You have to be so careful when you play against somebody that has a carry advantage, because if you make mistakes on the team fights, there's no way to outfarm them later.
Oh, and Antimage picked up a Vladimir's, by the way, to be able to continue his farm in the jungle without worrying about his HP at all.
And not to mention giving 5 armor to all of his allies, which is really important, especially when your enemy team doesn't have a hard carry. Giving as much survivability as possible in the short term for DK, buying vitality boosters, stuff like that, is really effective. And if we look at the gold graph now, it's 1k advantage for the Radiant team. They only have a 1, actually they are down to a, they actually have a 2 tower advantage right now, and they only have a 1k gold advantage, which means if DK wins the next team fight, things are going to swing the other way. Once they grab the EXP graph advantage, actually still, they have that right now. They have the EXP graph advantage, now they're going to be able to push forward and maybe take their own towers, even things up a little bit. They have the Roshana, so Anti-Mage does have the Aegis, and things are looking really, really good for DK this game.
As we have a smoke up from Absolute Legends, and they're gonna try to probably try to gank Anti-Mage. Maybe they think that he is alone.
Ooh, they do spot him blocked in the trees here. They might go in. There's an illusion rune up. Dire team does have wards, so if they grab this, it could reveal their position. It's not going to be that useful anyways. As Snoopy comes forward, there's a Malefice on top of Burning. He is going to blink out, though. Gets the high ground, and no one was able to disable him in time. As well as a Fissure on top of Bleak, and this is definitely what Absolute Legends needs. There's the silence on Bleak, as they're going to roar on Burning, but he's still alive. There's the Black Hole Cast, but immediately Puck ulting to prevent that, as Godot is low HP. There's the Echo Slam as well, and it looks like Absolute Legends gets dropped. 4 heroes die, and DK is in an amazing position this game.
Yeah, and they can pick off some other tower now if they want to. Only Windrunner left alive. That's not gonna, well, it's gonna counter push a bit, but not enough to stop a tower probably from going down.
Alright, and DK now pushing out the mid lane a little bit, gonna try to take out a tower if possible, but Windrunner on the high, she has 2,700 gold. What is she gonna buy? She still doesn't, none of them have a mech, I think. Nobody has a mech on the Radiant team. I'm sorry, Beastmaster's actually going for it, but he doesn't have the gold. So I guess Muska's going for a sheep stick, probably. Something like that.
Could be.
And Winner's going to try to slow down Burning's push here. He's got an ultimate orb up. He's getting close to a Manta style, but DK is going to be able to do a lot of damage to the mid tower. Not as much as the Radiant team has for damage output, but Absolute Legends coming forward, maybe thinking about defending this, but it's going to be tough.
Yeah, I think they needed to win a team fight. Absolute Legends definitely needs to win a team fight, as we'd see DK backing off, popping a mech to make sure they're safe. But yeah, Absolute Legends has to take a team fight, then take the last tier 2 tower, or better yet, try to take a team fight and then push in on the top or bottom lane and get a Rax, because that's something that they really need right now. If they have the perfect initiation with the black hole, not getting interrupted, they can definitely do that.
That's a good point. They definitely do have the better team fight ultis when everything is ready to go. I mean, there's a chance that DK will get too grouped up and a black hole will win a team fight, but they're such good players. I think it's going to be really, really tough to find that opportunity, especially with the Puck in the game with the Blink Dagger. I mean, Rot K here has been playing so effectively with his Puck thus far. He's 9-2-4, and it takes a really good player to play Puck effectively. He's such a strong hero if you play him well.
Yeah, even after giving the first blood, winning your lane back, and then getting 9-2.
They do pop smoke here as Burning does blink away. See it's the shackle shot. There's the Malefice landing actually. Are we gonna see the roars roll? The rest of the team is showing up any second. There's the 4-stab. There's the ward drop as well, and the blast. Anti-Mage does get picked off at least, but Shade Frost actually doing great damage for Absolute Legends. Looks like they might lose Puck. Puck phase shifts the last hit, pops the ulti, picks off the Beastmaster now after Muska, who does drop and even Snoopy up. Nature's Prophet ulti coming through, but not actually getting the kills they needed to. They only lost Anti-Mage, which burned the Aegis, and an Earthshaker. It's not going to be enough.
Definitely not. DK winning a great fight here, and well, they're not really in the position to push down the tower. By the time they're at the tower, some of Absolute Legends heroes will be back up again, but they will try, because this is the fights they need to take and then win. But they don't. I have to say, they don't have to rush it that much. They have the Anti-Mage, they have the late game, so it's not a necessity. It's just a bonus.
Yeah, they're so far behind at this point, honestly. Look at the XP graph, 12k. Gold graph is only 3k in their advantage, but remember, they have an Anti-Mage their gold is going to be more cost efficient for a carry than it is on a hero like Nature's Prophet, who's doing decent damage, I'm sure, but
Yeah, he has the Manta style.
It's not a Manta, it's not a Manta anti-mage, so it's definitely a big difference. Alright, so DK backing up just a little bit. They're going to continue their push pretty casually here. They know that this game is mostly in the bag for them with that Manta style up on the anti-mage. They have that big EXP advantage. Absolute Legends definitely had a good chance to win this. I think they were in an advantage in the early game, but getting a couple of heroes picked off was definitely the problem. As they do initiate on Shaitan, going to silence him a little bit. Another ward even going. He's actually going to ulti on 2 heroes. Going to see if Fissure follow up, but Nature's Prophet pops an ulti. Great shackle shot from Musica. That's going to keep them alive. Actually, Shaitan might go down. No, he gets 4-staffed out. So they end up surviving. And nobody from Absolute Legends dies. They wasted the puck ulti, which is going to be down for about 70 more seconds, which is at least a little bit of advantage.
Yeah, and DK actually might decide to just back off here. Or not. Or not.
I think they could still go for it. Chain Frost is still on cooldown. Tower's gone. Musica's going to get jumped on. Nope, 4 staff out for that. Good 4 staffs. Oh, there's the swap actually. Musica in some trouble. Roar goes down to bench actually to prevent his stun as a power shot will get the kill. And Puck actually ultis in, or blinks in, sorry, takes a little bit of damage, but nobody have Absolute Legends size. Again, at the very least they can back off, get healed, and defend this push. So this now is time for DK to back off. Losing a hero like that is not means they can't push.
Yeah, no mana up on the Puck anymore either, and the Dream Coil that was used earlier as well. It's no longer having the advantage, and yeah, they don't have to rush it, they can back off. They actually smoke. Gonna probably try if they can find someone in the jungles, as they might have noticed that Furion is not there.
Yeah, he was just actually pushing the bot lane, the dire bot lane, so I think they're looking for him in the jungle. Very smart little plan there. They're like, okay, Nature's Prophet was just pushing, he's going to be somewhere else. And yep, they look at it, they ping, they're like, okay, he's probably farming the Ancients. He's not in the jungle, he's obviously farming somewhere. Look at that, Nature's Prophet is actually in some trouble. There's Puck blinking in, they found him. He goes in Viz though, do they still not have a dust? Courier brings him something, what is it? TP scrolls for Bleak, and he's thinking about TPing while he's still invisible. Is he going to make it out? Yes, he does. They get vision right before he got spotted. Keep in mind, guys, that when you use Lothars and you teleport, they can't see you. It's really good.
Yeah, it is. It's really annoying as the opposite team. DK had it. Well, it was a successful smoke gank, but you know, only for finding him and forcing him back out of the jungle and forcing him back to regen and stop him from farming. But yeah, no kill.
Keep in mind that Vengeful Spirit has 12 earn charges. that's overkill. Zippo apparently either not actively using the earn in teamfights or something. That is a crazy amount of earn charge. It's nice to actually have a little bank when you actually need it, seriously, but I feel like that's a little bit too much. It's okay though. Just something fun to point out. And we see a sheep actually on Puck. That's dangerous. Blink, sheep, Puck, ugh. It's been playing so well.
Yeah, he's really dangerous to face right now. He's able to not get ganked. I mean, he can orb away, he can blink away after the orb or after a phase shift, or really hard to kill. But if he wants to go aggressive, he has a Scythe of Ice, he has a Dream Coil, he has a Silence. You don't want to run into him.
Alright, game is going to be about resumed here. Still no Blink Dagger in sight for Earthshaker. He's just literally been focused on fissures. Walking Echo Slams is what is his job. They've got Puck ulti anyways, so it's not like Absolute Legends is that mobile when the team fights actually happen. I think Pugna also going for a sheep stick this game. He's got 4 staff, mech with an ult orb. His HP is actually pretty decent here. I like it.
Yeah, it looks like DK is ready to go for that middle lane again, maybe. With only Burning not there. Who picked up a Vitality booster, so he's probably going for that heart.
Yeah, this is the best thing to do. I said this before, but when you're up against a hard carry and you don't have a hard carry, the guy who has the carry just needs more HP at that point, because the only damage that the raiding team is really going to be putting out is mostly magic burst. So just increasing your natural HP is the best way to decrease that. The magic burst obviously doesn't scale like a DPS carry does, so grabbing something like a heart is by far his best choice right here. His Manto Illusions will be really hard to kill, and DK is almost assured victory at this point.
Yeah, and there's not that much that Absolute Legends now can do to stop Burning from right-clicking heroes down. I mean, okay, there is a Shout, there's a Shackle, and there's a Malefice, but that's it. Even the Silence from Nature's Prophet won't do any damage for that. Won't do any difference for that, I mean. He'll still be able to hit you.
This Hawk is a ninja. He just dodged so many nukes here. Great place by Beastmaster. They threw so many nukes. Look at that, even like blasting random areas. That was like four nukes that actively tried to kill it. It's just trying to keep vision on the enemy team if possible. The orb comes through again, dodges another one. Oh, he got killed. No, the silence. Silence finally getting him. The epic journey of the Hawk. And he resummons
Yeah, one
it.
more minute till Roshan is back up.
And that's what they want to keep vision of. That's why he kept that over there. On Super, he's going to scout it out though. Now it's, oh, one hit. We won the orb. Oh, gets killed. That's a terrible. That's not good. So now DK is going to have perfect vision. They're going to know that Absolute Legend's one of a vision advantage for a little bit. And they can take that pretty much uncontested.
Do they have a gem?
Yes, on Earthshaker.
Ah.
Well, it was on him. They put it on Puck now. So
Okay.
Puck with the gem. I think Earthshaker purchased it though, so, which is why he's so far away from Blink. But once again, he doesn't really care a whole lot.
Oh, and Puck being the good candidate for that. I mean, like I said, great escape artist. He's not gonna die.
Roshan is about to resume, as Burning is still split pushing bottom. I love the fact that he is down here pushing. This means Absolute Legends is less able to go contest the Roshan, especially when they take this tier 2 tower. There's no way Absolute Legends can fight this, because if they buy back, they'll be so far away from the Roshan compared to DK, who can just TP to this tier 2. But they are actually pushing top lane a little bit. Muska as well, Snoopy, trying to do some Rex damage, but they can try to ninja a Rex, but it's going to be really tough to do that.
Yeah, well, with only Musica there, they could try to split push, maybe with the Nature's Prophet on bot lane and the rest on the top lane, but it will be very difficult, as the team fights so far have not lasted that long.
Yeah, they haven't really. Nature's Prophet does have a BKB up though, so he's going to be doing a little bit better. We won't have to worry about Puck ulti or Earthshaker or Pugna. He just simply right-click stuff, which will be very useful for him. I do like his item build though, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, we have a Burning soloing Roshan. Doesn't have any issues with that either, just
yeah, he's
getting
life stealing
a free
about 40 HP per hit. That's pretty good. And Absolute Legends thinking about going in. Shatan's pushing mid just a little bit here, and they're going to try to pick this off. It's just about dead, about 1400 HP left over, and Burning's going to be at full HP when the team fight starts, and they're probably, it might try to ninja this. We'll see if Godot blinks in and jumps on it. There's the ping. He tries to get it. Anti-Mage grabs it. Dire team gets the kill as well, and now Godot dies for nothing there. Blinking in, trying to be shifty, and Shatan now hexed, and he's going to be picked off. That's 2 heroes dead for absolute nothing. As soon as DK grabs that Aegis. They got the top tower, at least.
That's something. And Anti-Mage is level 21.
Muska looks dead.
Yeah. The highest hero of the Radiant is level 16.
Yeah, that's
So
the
it's
EXP
a 5
advantage.
level. Yeah, that's 5 level difference up on the Anti-Mage. It's yeah, it's just so tough to deal with. You really need a sheep stick on almost all your heroes to be able to get them down before, well, before to have the time to get him down. That is it.
Yeah, it's gonna be really tough to kill him for sure. We even see a Hood actually up on Vengeful Spear. Cool choice. They have decent magic nukes. I feel like Absolute Legends, even if they would have stolen that Aegis there, it still wouldn't have been worth it, because they would have all died, or at least they would have lost 2 heroes. If they really, it's hard to say. If maybe they could have stole the Aegis and bought them time, maybe taken a Rax top, which was Absolute Legends' goals. They know that they can't win in a 5v5 team fight. That window left about 25 minutes, is where things started really getting bad. But I don't know. That's what they have to do. They have to try to take Raxes, try to take Ninja Raxes, constantly pushing with Nature's Prophet ulti, which he is spamming, by the way. If they can keep all the waves pushed out, they have a chance of a backdoor being successful if DK makes a mistake, or if they get lucky and win a big team fight.
Yeah, they really have to try to keep DK busy on one side and then try to push on the other side, but it's a tough thing to do right now. I think DK with 4 versus 4 would even be able to take the team fight if Anti-Mage is on 4, and even without him. They look so strong and the difference is so big.
Yeah, difference
Gold
is
difference
really
now
huge.
also almost 12k difference.
Kind of a lot. Earthshaker has Blink Dagger as well, so things are just getting worse, as DK is finally pushing mid, Burning up there. Looking at creep waves, he's got buyback, plenty of buyback. Look at that, he's just like, oh, I'll hit the tower now. Get this ready for you guys. We've seen another word go down. There's the glyph at least. It's not going to be quite used at the right time. It's not regenning up, but The right clicks happen. Whiska's in position. He's going to try to shackle. Doesn't land anything, but the blast kills the mid towers. The tower's down, and none of the waves are even close to being able to be backdoored right now. As we see a Malefice on top of Burning. Blast as well. He does get roared actually to slow his attack speed down a little bit. Bleak actually TPs in. There's a medallion being used. He's taking pretty good damage. Shackle on top of him. He's going to be down to about half HP, but once again the heart. There's the Echo Slam coming in. Chain stun on Absolute Legends. Chain Frost as well, which is going to bounce the creeps as Enigma goes in and catches two of the black hole. There's the swap. Perfect time from Zippo. Great positioning from him. And immediately he goes down. Such great play by everybody on DK there. They all executed their roles so excellently, and now they take the mid-racks.
Yeah, with such confidence too. I mean, perfectly executed there. We see Zippo standing from the side, just waiting for the black hole so that he can swap it. Just not doing anything in between, just waiting for the swap is all that he needs to do. And Tomato kills off the Nature Prophet, and there's the GG quote from Shaitan and Goda.
Yep, they know it's over. DK played an excellent game there. I think Absolute Legends definitely had a possibility of winning this, but their loss was seriously this point. The peak of their EXP, they lost those 3 heroes mid for nothing, and then immediately after they lost that team fight in the jungle. Once that happens, when you don't have a hard carry advantage, you have to continue to push that advantage. You can't make mistakes until you have a really, really big advantage. But that was still too early in their upward curve. And as soon as that happened, things broke even, and DK was able to win the game with perfect anti-mage and great support play as well.
Definitely.
So, that's it for Game 1 today, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Go check out ghostygamers.net for all of your esports coverage. And we're going to be back in a second with Star Series stuff. I believe I'm going to be covering Keita versus something else. Let me check my overlays. Empire, I think. Yeah, Keita versus Empire is going to be up next. Any shoutouts for you, Sheever?
Well, actually only just one, because I have a new channel name now. It's GGNet Sheever rather than just Sheever, so
okay.
Go check that out.
Is it the
Even
same
though
channel?
If you follow...
Did they just renamed it, I assume?
It's just a different name. So if you were following me already, you don't have to do that again.
Cool. And of course, go check out my website, guys. It's at purgegamers.com. It'll show you all of my YouTube, my Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. So, thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll be back in a second. And, yeah, awesome game. Thanks for watching.